It's okay. Uh, answer the phone. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's doing good, and I hope that you all can see me and hear me okay. I was just checking to see. How is everyone doing? So, I am back. No more traveling and no more weird connections and things like that. How is everyone doing? Hey. Oh my gosh, your chats crack me up. You're so funny. How is everyone? Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? The gang is here. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm seeing the queen is here. Oh my God, you guys. Just too sweet, too cute. Oh, so I am back. I'm back in the UK. I've got a bit of my throat is a bit funny from the air conditioning. As you probably saw last week, I was trying to put it on and off, but it was so hot. But I'm not complaining because I love the warmth. It's better than being here. But I'm not going to be complaining about the weather and everything. So yeah, how is Alfie? Alfie is good. He is at my parents' at the moment. He's not very happy with me because obviously I left him. Ah, hello, Maria. Hello, my dear. We'll be seeing each other in a couple of days. So Maria is traveling to the UK, so for more madness. Yeah, so Alfie is at my parents. That's what he's up to. Where is everyone? If you're new here, where are you from, like, watching in the world? Yes, they are my it's a bit because I've got a tan, that's why I'm not pasty white as usual. That's why they're glowing. And maybe it's probably my blusher as well. You guys notice everything. This is so funny. You guys notice everything. It's a new blusher. Actually, I got it. I went shopping over on the weekend and I thought, oh, let's have a look at some makeup. You know, they've got really nice makeup in this store. And I got a new blusher. So here it is. From Hertfordshire. You're in California, are you? Oh my goodness. So I hope you're enjoying yourself. Sing from New Zealand. Hello. From Atlanta, Georgia. Hello, Robin. From Solihull, Louise. Hello. So you're in the UK, Birmingham. Another one for California as well. It must be like, it's such a probably like weird time zone. What time is it? It must be like 1, 2 in the afternoon. Sean from Leicester, Iraq. Oh my goodness, you're the first person that we've had from Iraq. So welcome to the live. This is so nice to hear from you guys. Thank you for watching. And also, guys, please do hit the like button. This would be absolutely amazing if you could press the like button, smash the like button, as Yang would say. Wisconsin. Oh, it's 1:10. Yeah. It's 9:10 here. So yes, the hey Midnight Blue, nice to have you. Nice to have you here. Yeah, it's a complete different time zone. I hope you're not suffering from jet lag. Okay, oh, and from guy next door, of course, from Norway. What happened, Yang? What, your internet went? Oh no. So guys, today we are talking about popular culture. We're talking about narcissism in popular culture, and how it shows itself in everyday examples. And in particular, how the movies present narcissism. And I thought, do you know what? Actually, it was Yang that came up with this idea last week. And I said, I know, let's do it for next week. I'm not going to take the credits for this. This was Yang's idea. So big rounds of applause to you, because I thought he said that this would be really good to show, you know, like behaviors on how people can identify narcissism in every single day. So I've picked 3 films. Okay, I've picked 3 films that I thought would be really good to kind of explore. And the ones that I know that there is so many. Do you guys know of any films that display narcissism? Please put it in the chat, because do you know what? I was thinking maybe we could do like a part 1 or a part 2 later on, not next week, but at some point we could discuss more of them. Oh yeah, Brett, you're right. She is one. Yeah. Thank you, M. Singh. So the three films, if you guys can think of any films, please put it in the chat, because, like, you know, I can still read the chat. I try to read all of it, but sometimes it goes so quickly I can't. Barbie, yes, P48. You are so right. Barbie is one of them for sure. Louise, we can't obviously feature your video of your ex. Enough. J-Lo, yes, I did look at that. And Invisible Man, yes. Christian, you are so right. How weird is that film? That guy literally, oh my god, the guy literally stalks his ex. And this is what I say, guys, not that all narcissists will do this, but you know, he literally turns into the Invisible Man to stalk his ex. Seriously, only a narcissist would do that. Seriously, only a narcissist would do that. But M. Singh, yeah, enough with J-Lo. I've seen that one. That was you see, I like that movie because at the end it shows J-Lo becoming stronger and conquering her ex. Like, she learns how to do like like all of this, like karate and everything. And so she does, not karate, but you know, she does like self-defense and stuff. And she is able to get past him, and because I think it was to do with their daughter, like he didn't let him see the daughter or something like that. It was a while back since I saw it on Netflix, but yeah, he stopped her from seeing the daughter, and yeah, that was really, really bad. Netflix series Made in Manhattan, yes, definitely. Oh, Eric, yes, Play Misty for Me, that's another one. There's so many on Netflix that they are showing right now as well. Like, I think there's that series, The Tinder Swindler. I think I covered that as well. That was another one that was like, oh my God, seriously, how did he get away with it? And then there was another one with a girl, oh, I forgot her name. I've forgotten what it was. There was a Netflix series about a girl who she pretended to be like this journalist and managed to get into like some high up offices. I can't remember. No Contact. Fatal Attraction, you're right, Midnight Blue. Yes, borderline, but maybe narcissism. There's a fine line between borderline and narcissism. Yeah, I did actually forget to do that. Jan, can you just put the link on there and stop showing me up? Please stop showing me up. Just put the link in the description, in the chat. The Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, that's another one. That's another one that I was going to cover. Narcissistic bosses. But I love how, do you know, at the end, she just overcomes it and just is like, I'm not working anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Yes. Meghan Markle, another one for sure. Yes. Pete, Don't Repeat. Yeah, Mummy Dearest was another one. That was a really prominent one. But today, guys, we're going to do Black Swan, Gone Girl, and oh no, I forgot my piece of paper. And The Talented Mr. Ripley. Do you know when this happens to me? I see how unprepared I've done this all the last minute, and I'm really tempted to just go and get the other piece of paper because I made notes, and the other piece of paper is over there. I'm going to have to just, I'm just going to have to freestyle the other one. The Talented Mr. Ripley. I love that film. I think it was brilliant. So we will, should we start off with Black Swan? Oh my God, what a film. What a film. Do you know what? I did pictures for all of this, and I don't know if I can, no, I've uploaded it to the wrong one. This is so embarrassing, right? I'm just gonna tell you guys what I have done. Because I'm not so tech-y, and I had these pictures that I wanted to show you guys from the movies. And because I'm not so wonderful on this software, as you know, every week there's something that happens, and I'm really sorry about this because I'm so embarrassed about this. Thank you so much, Guy Next Door. British TV series Cheat. Yes, this, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what happens. That's a really good one. I haven't actually seen it. Yes, I don't think I've seen Cheat, but I've heard that it is a narcissistic one for sure. Thank you, Guy Next Door. Midnight Blue, I've seen all of the films, but I haven't seen them in a while. You know what? I hadn't either. And two of them were my favourite. I really love Gone Girl and The Talented Mr. Ripley. The Black Swan was a bit like, that was a psycho drama. That was a bit much for me. But nevertheless, it's a really good film to discuss. Anyway, yes, Joker in the Batman. That was another one that I was going to cover. I haven't actually seen that film, but I know that there's a lot of like mental health stuff in that as well. Oh, that's good that the pop-up worked. Yeah, so obviously I'm very unprepared. I had like pictures to show you from the film. And because I uploaded them to the wrong thing, I can't do it now. So I'm really, really sorry. This is just, I'm so embarrassed. I'm not even going to go into this. I actually am. I'm going to blush in a minute. But nevertheless, do you guys know the film Black Swan? A ballerina that descends into madness. And it's a portrayal of her, Natalie Portman, very beautifully paid. And it portrays her kind of sinking into psychosis. Have you guys seen this film? If you have, please press a yes or write yes in the chat. So this is about a ballerina that basically strives to... Thank you so much, Bob. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, JC Lawntree Snow. Yes, Lucifer is another one. Well, the name suggests it all, doesn't it? So, Black Swan. It's about a ballerina. She's in playing in Swan Lake, Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. Oh, you have. Amazing. Who will draw energy from you as much as they can. Yes. Okay, so she's this ballerina. She wins this role in Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, which is like literally, it's the top of the top. I don't know if any of you guys ever been to the ballet to see Swan Lake. I luckily have been to go and see that ballet. It is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful performance. Very hard though, very hard. It was the Russian ballet, and it's just, when I saw it, it's just phenomenal, and the moves and everything like that. So for Natalie Portman to have got this role, this ballerina trying to get this role, so you don't, okay, no worries, Yang. And what happens is she tries to play the gentle white swan, but also the seductive dark swan. And so what this kind of is a paradox within this film, she has to shed the kind of the sweet, light, kind of kind little girl that she is into this dark, seductive, black swan. And that's what this film is all about, is her shedding that persona, but it's also her descent into psychosis. Well, I'm not surprised that she does go into psychosis, given the fact that she has got narcissists all around her. I think this film really does portray as well in society how narcissism is so prevalent, how people are so obsessed with the era of narcissistic aspects of excessive worship, beauty, fame, fantasy versus reality. I think this film really portrays this beautifully as well. And it's the worship of celebrities, the worship of certain people, the escape into fantasy and insanity that we basically all can experience. So it's about this metamorphosis. She's trying to shed this white swan image, this beautiful swan, this lovely girl, into this dark, seductive. And if you look at the poster, which I did have the image of it, I should have done it old school, printed them and showed you the picture, but I didn't. I don't know how many likes are showing. I'm saying, guys, please do hit the like button. I really, really would appreciate it. Thank you. Dogs pass out PTSD like candy. Totally feel that. Yeah, they do, Eric. And so Nina, that's her name in the film, Nina. You can see even on the movie picture, there's like a crack on her face. And I think that's also very symbolic of her fragile sense of self that cracks, isn't it? No worries, Oxford. Glad you are here. Glad you are here. 38 likes. Guys, come on. Let's get up to at least 50. Please, for those of you who are watching, please do press the like button. Oh, sugar, sorry. I was just trying to get comfortable. And so what happens, as you see in the film, she actually develops these webbed feet, and she's like got these black feathers that come out of her. But what this is a representation of how this poor girl, literally her whole world shatters. She's got narcissists all around her, doesn't she? Let's look at her director who is directing her. He's like sexually aggressive towards her. He's constantly pushing her. There's no empathy. He's getting her to constantly work harder. What else did I write about him? He's got no boundaries. He's very entitled, isn't he? And this shows the crack within her. Like, she just can't cope anymore. And it's really, this is a metaphor of how she feels inside, what's going on for her and so she's drifting into this psychosis between reality and fantasy. And I think a lot of us do actually experience this ourselves, not necessarily like the narcissist, but we ourselves experience this because of how much gaslighting, how much lies that we have endured. We also do wonder what is reality and what is fantasy, don't we? And it takes Malcolm. Is there 52 likes already? Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Groovy Movie 84 says, do you ever feel like some people end up being narcissistic magnets? Like what you said as fragility. I like a broken wing bird, and many have been in my life. I do feel, do you know what? That's a really good question, Groove Movies 84. I do feel like if we don't have strong enough boundaries, okay, and we're nice, lovely, empathetic individuals, we're going to attract people like that. We are going to attract these types of people, which is very important, okay, for us to realize and see our gifts, our assets that we have. But what we mustn't do, okay, is give that up freely. Give, what's the word? We have to be very protective of these wonderful aspects about us. Because if we're like nice to everyone, we're being kind to everybody. And of course, yes, we have been taught to be kind to everybody, but not everybody deserves it. Like I said, these are your assets, all right? Your assets are your kindness, your compassion, your patience, your empathy. And that shouldn't be given free to just anybody. People have to earn it. People have to earn your time, your attention, okay? So this is why certain people will still continue to attract narcissistic individuals. We have to be boundaried. We have to try and, you know what, be really in tune or connected to ourselves, because we have to see what these people are like. We have to get a feel for what these types of people are like. Can't just give out our time and our kindness to anybody. You have to protect yourself. Look, you don't know, like you go out there and you are yourself. Because of your kindness, because of your energy, all right, you're going to attract certain types of people. And unfortunately, it may be those types of malignant individuals. And so, yes, we have to be more boundaried. Because, I mean, look what happens to Nina. She's got narcissists all around her. She's got that director he's absolutely horrible. Like, he pushes her to the brink. Then he gets another girl in. I forgot her name. The Mila Kunis. She plays that role really, really well. And then she's got her mother. Okay, let's talk about Nina's mother, Erica. Yes, Jessica, you're absolutely right. We haven't gotten to the point of finding our own self-worth. Setting boundaries is basically impossible. Took me years. Yes, but you know what, Jessica? Even though it took you years, you did it in the end, and you are here now. And that's how you got to look at it. It's like, you are here now. Even though it's taken years. We weren't taught this as children. We weren't taught to do this, right? It's funny because they don't actually teach this in school, but you do know what A plus B equals, don't you, in algebra? Thank you so much, Guy Next Door. Bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Me Too cases that showed up in Hollywood are often the result of narcissists using their power. Lack of boundary recognition and entitlement leads to narcissists sexually exploiting others. Yes, this is also very true. The whole Hollywood thing. Yeah, there's an undertone to that obviously I can't discuss here, but you're absolutely right. It's narcissists and people of power using their authority and power over another. And the lack of boundaries, the entitlement, absolutely. This is exactly what happens to sexually exploiting others. Again, there's another undertone to why they sexually exploit others. Obviously, I can't talk about this here. Do you know what? Sometimes I really wish that I could, but I can't. Anyway, you are absolutely right. You are so right. At the core of narcissistic psychopathology is an enormous amount of shame. Yes, you are so right. They are children with childhood trauma in an adult's body. In early childhood, they were emotionally neglected or abused. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what has happened. And so what they're doing is they're repeating their childhood patterns now into adulthood. Talking of which, Nina's mother, Erica, she does exactly the same. She, in the film, right, I remember watching this part in the film. And what she says is she basically blames her downfall, all right, and blames her pregnancy on Nina. So basically, she blames her daughter for getting pregnant, which is why she wasn't such a famous or really didn't get to the top or very successful ballerina. She blames her daughter for that, for getting pregnant. I mean, isn't that such a narcissistic statement? Maybe it was because you weren't good, love. That's why you didn't get the role. So you see, She blames her daughter. So all of that hatred, all of that is pushed onto her daughter. And she punishes her. How many times throughout the film does she say, oh, you can't dance, you're not very good, you need to do this, you need to do that? She basically micromanages her daughter. And so can you imagine? So Nina's got like this director, her mother. I mean, I'm not surprised she went into psychosis. I think I would as well. If that was my reality, I would have done exactly the same. It's just so difficult. Like, how? You know, her mother has no respect for her boundaries, pushes her daughter to self-destruction. There's no one there to help her, to kind of like catch her when she falls. And I think a lot of us who have grown up in narcissistic families, this is all too common, isn't it? It's where you're put down, you're made to feel that you're not good enough, you have a role, you have expectations, and if you don't perform, if you don't do this, and if you don't do that, then you are punished. You are punished. And this is a real representation of how fragile actually our psyche is. It can only take so much until it actually cracks. And this is exactly what happened for Nina. And I think if we look at it, like if we relate it into real life circumstances, it's the same thing, isn't it? When someone is constantly, aka the narcissist, battering you, putting you down. I'm not saying battering you like physically, but emotionally and psychologically, putting you down all the time. You start to believe it. You start to believe that you are not good enough. And can you see, for Nina, okay, her mother, you know, for a daughter-mother relationship, that's one of the most kind of important and primal relationships that we will ever have in our life, especially from one female to another. Not just necessarily because it is for a male to a female as well, but meaning a son and a mother. But you see, in this case, all Nina wanted was her mother to praise her, and she never did, not even once. Not even once. She always put her down because this was this undercurrent, of jealousy, that she didn't reach the top. She didn't get to the top. And it was this micromanaging that happens. And you see, the micromanaging is all about controlling. The mother controls her and manipulated her daughter, her own daughter. She manipulated her own daughter. And I think that's so sad. But I know that a lot of us have actually had this happen to you. For those of us who have grown up in narcissistic families, we know all too well what it's like to have a narcissistic mother who doesn't see you, doesn't recognize you. You see this in Nina's case, she was an extension of her mother. Her mother was also a ballerina that didn't reach the top, but very jealous of Nina's success of being, the main swan in Swan Lake. And I think that's what happens with narcissists, isn't it? It's this undercurrent of jealousy, of competition. Not that you're engaging in this competition with them, but there's this undercurrent of competition. They've always got to do better. So if they find a hole, if they find a weakness within you, that makes them feel good. If they manage to put you down and make you feel awful, they feel good. I do feel bad for the narcissist, even though I have been hurt by some of them. Midnight Blue, that's just a show of how genuine and empathetic you actually are. Jessica says, it's definitely hard, Midnight Blue, to turn out twisting ourselves into the pretzel. That's also very true. Oxford, yes, I know, my dear, I know. For you, it was very cruel. And this is just, again, another example of actually what happened. And poor Nina, she literally had a psychotic break. And can you see, she actually was hallucinating, wasn't she? She was hallucinating. She was seeing two of herself. Like I remember she was on the underground. It's not the underground. On the train, on the subway in the States. On the subway, and she sees herself like another person like herself. So what she's doing at that point, she is hallucinating, visual hallucinations, which is also very prevalent in psychosis. And this is what the black swan, when she actually becomes the black swan, this is the metaphor of her psychotic break. She then does sink into the depths of darkness. And she questions what is hallucination and what is real. And I think that also, we can look at this and think, you know, after we leave these relationship dynamics, these toxic relationships, we also question what is fantasy and what is illusion, because we have been gaslighted so much that we actually question what the reality actually is, don't we? We know this all too well, unfortunately. And, you know, I think some of our experiences, you know, we could have been teetering on the verge of psychosis because of having so much emotional strain for such a long period of time. You know, we are robust as human beings, but there is a threshold for everything. Like, we can't keep, you know, going like that. This can't keep happening because it's too much. We do also have that break. We do have a threshold. We're not robots at the end of the day. And so I think this again shows us when there's too much psychological and emotional strain, this is what happens. You do tend to question reality and what is illusion. You see, the narcissist does this too. But for them, it's a lot more prevalent. For them, they actually believe the illusion. They don't believe the reality. Eleanor M says, my mum is a narcissist and I have always longed for unconditional love, where she would love me no matter what, but it was very conditional. Oh, Eleanor, bless you. So yes, so the aspects of this film, you know, it very much mirrors your situation as well, because with narcissistic mothers, they have roles for you. They have, you know, they have expectations. They want you to do certain things, and if you don't do it, you will get punished. You know, it's like they have these expectations that you have to do something, or if you don't do that, then you know, it's not you're not good enough, and they make you know it, so they'll punish you emotionally. That's why. So I really do feel for you, Eleanor. You know, watching this film and looking at this mother Erica, like, I just thought, oh my God, this is just insane. It's literally, that's right, Malcolm. Everyone does have a breaking point. What happens when two narcs meet? Jim. Okay, great question. They have a great intimacy, and then it just goes. It's just very short-lived. When two narcissists meet, it's very short-lived. There's fireworks. They're always arguing because one wants to get supply over another. One wants to feel more important than the other. Oxford, Anushka, I feel like I'm coming out of the narcissistic fog. This is amazing. It's like coming off a hard drug. I've never had to work so hard to feel normal. Amazing. Oxford, I'm so glad. I am so pleased. And of course, I'm so glad that you're now on the other side and you are coming out of this treacherous journey. But you see, the thing is, you know what? I have to say, it is not impossible. We do get past it. It's not like we stay, you know, in this for the rest of our lives. Like, if we do the work, if we keep working, and on Oxford, I know you have been, you know, we can move past it. We can get to the other side. Mandy says, my breaking point was when I found out she was having an affair with a married man and had 3 other boyfriends all at the same time. How she pulled it off, I'll never know. Oh my gosh, that's not uncommon. Bless you. I think that whole thing is on another level, you know, the cheating and the supply. It's literally, seriously, another level. Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they actually get away with it, but they do. So I'm sorry that you've had to experience that. That's just, do you know what? In a word, that's actually just ridiculous. So there was like, how many people? So that was like 4, 5 people on the go at the same time. I know I say this in my lives quite a bit, but I was talking with a client earlier today, and I was saying the same thing. We just need that one other person. We don't need 2 or 3 people, to be intimate with. You just need that one other companion. Okay, and that's all you really need. Like we are sociable creatures, of course, as human beings we are, but the narcissist or those types of people, they just take it to the extreme. You don't need 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 people. We just don't. It's too much. It's too overwhelming. I just think to myself, like, how do they pull it off? Because you need to be able to, I don't know, you need to be able to communicate. You need to be messaging those people, quite a lot, because that's what we do nowadays. We message or we call or we're in contact. I don't know how she managed with 5 people. Somehow they do. Janet, you're right. It does. It seems like so much hard work to deal with all of these people. It's true. It's absolutely true. Brett says, why do they lie after you show them text proving they admitted they abused you and then they deny it? Brett, my friend, it's projection. They don't want to own up to their behavior. So project. Say that you're the liar. Say that you're crazy. That's why they do it. It's really bad. It's really, and it's so frustrating when you've got all the evidence there in front of you and they just say, no, you did it. You just want to go mad. I'll have to take care of some errands and will listen as I drive. No worries, Midnight Blue. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you're right, Malcolm. 5 burner phones. Yeah, but can you imagine putting them all in your handbag? Like, I don't know. Handbags nowadays for women are getting smaller and smaller. So I don't know how you've managed to fit 5 burner phones in one handbag. I know that I couldn't. So that was Black Swan, my friends. That was Black Swan. There's a lot of portrayal of narcissism within it. This is why it's called a psycho drama or dark film noir, whatever it is. But it was a frightening portrayal of this poor girl's descent into psychosis. On the one hand, she was so successful, and she got the role of the swan in Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. That is a massive achievement. But look at what was going on around her. That director, who literally was just sexually aggressive towards her, had no empathy, no boundaries. Then there was her mother, Erica, who again had no empathy, was in competition with her. And this is what I always say, guys, about the kind of like the undercurrent of the competition that the narcissist always has with you. That's what it is. It's always that one step. Oh yeah, but I did this. Oh yeah, but I've got that. I've did this. So it's always about getting that attention, like that they are better than you. That's ultimately what it is. And that's what the mother, I don't know how the mother actually said to her is, I didn't do well because I got pregnant with you. How can you even say that? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so, and this is why her fragile mind, she then begins to hallucinate because it's too much of an emotional overload. And then added to the fact comes another ballerina, because I know, well, we all know that kind of industry is very aggressive, in terms of trying to make it, trying to be famous, trying to do really well. You see, it played on her mind, and this is what happened, and being micromanaged, it's just so awful. I remember, has any of you been micromanaged at work? I have, on a number of occasions, and it's something that really triggers me. I'm fine with authority, I'm fine with people telling me what to do, I'm absolutely fine with that. But micromanaging, seriously, micromanaging, has that ever happened to any of you? Guy next door, thank you. The narc supply sources have roles. Some are purely emotional, some remote, others can be sexual cheating, and some just take advantage of it. They do, indeed, they absolutely do. So they do have roles. The narc suppliers have roles. This is exactly, you're right, within like family structures. Yes, the narcissists, they do have roles and expectations. That's what they do. It's about fulfilling those roles, because remember, this is all about compartmentalization. So you put people into boxes. You do this, you do this, this person does this. So, and the narcissist does the same thing. So like when they are kind of with different people at the same time, like at similar times, this is what they do. They kind of like, they swap and change personalities. And this is something that I'm going to talk about in the next film with Amy Dunn in Gone Girl. She did exactly that. This is a beautiful representation of compartmentalization, of how, you know, they can be one person with this person and then another person with this person. You see, I feel like most narcissists or most psychopaths, sociopaths, they have identity dissociation or personality dissociation, because I feel like a lot of them actually have this trait where they can be different people at different times of the day. They can be really nice at one point, and I mean, they really embrace being really nice, and then, you know, in the next breath they are really awful. They're very angry, and this can happen like literally within 5-10 minutes, and you're like, what the hell, seriously, how are these people like this? But they are, because they dissociate and compartmentalize, and this is a really, really serious disorder. It is actually mental health. It's really bad, and this is very prevalent in personality disorders and within schizophrenia. Guys, how's the like situation going? Are we on to 70 yet? If we're not, please guys, come on, please like this live. It really helps, obviously, with the algorithm, and obviously get this information out there. If you guys are having fun, please press the like button. Oh my God, Malcolm and P48, don't tell me that is your ex. Oh my God. Having to deal with that is just another level. One more. Okay, cool. This is really bad. Like, I'm seeing so many. Thank you, Malcolm. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's get it up to 80. I really hope we can reach 100 by the end of this live. That would be amazing. Janice says, the narc I was with even said he compartmentalized people, i.e. people at the gym, his spiritual community, and women. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, you see, they just put, I don't know, like, it baffles my brain. Like, how do people do that? But they do. And it's prevalent within those disorders. It's, you know what it is? It's when you cut off from emotion. Thank you so much, Eric. Bless you. Thank you. Dated a narc who lied about 3 marriages the whole time. And I confronted her and she acts like I don't even exist anymore. Terrible behavior. Projection, Eric. This is all about, like, I'm not taking responsibility and I don't want to deal with it. I'm so sorry that you've had to go through that. That's so bad. 3 marriages the whole time. It's just another world that they live in, isn't it? It's just literally another world that these people live in. Eric, I'm so sorry that you've had to go through this. And the reason why she acts like you don't exist, or she had to leave, is because she doesn't want to take responsibility for her actions. That's why she's not going to say anything to you. That's why. She's not going to admit anything, because if she does, then that means she's a terrible person, and she is, but she doesn't want to admit that. P48, Anushka, it's splitting, black and white thinking. Yeah. That's it. That's the psychological term, splitting. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's it. And it's like, because they go in from one to the next, and this is why they exist in this thin line between reality and illusion. And it's, literally juggling balls. Yeah, Louise. Excuse the pun. But yeah, it is, isn't it? I think a lot of it is to do with the fact that they're not connected to a situation or a person, so it's very easy for them to dip in and out. When you're not embodied, when you're not engrossed, like in your life, when you're not invested, when you don't feel. I think the ultimate thing here is when you don't feel, you can't feel part of anything. So this is why it's really easy to compartmentalize people. So for me, I just find it very, very hard to understand it, like you guys probably do as well. It's Eric, thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Brought her kids in my life and left like I never existed. We go to the same gym and she stares at me from afar, but she acts like I'm not there. Typical. Absolutely typical. Cowardly behavior. She won't even say hello. Well, because she's the one that's in the wrong. And I, brought her kids into your life and left like you never existed. I mean, that's disgusting behavior. And those children, those poor children. I'm so sorry, Eric, that you've had to gone through this. And you still have to see her. She's still about. I just think that's so, that's going to be so difficult. But you know what? What can she say to you? It's embarrassment, really, if you think about it. That's why she just acts like you're not there or you don't exist, because what's she going to say to you? Hi, sorry, I did this. I don't want to be friends with you anymore. What's she going to say? Autumn says, I was contacted via email. By the narc after 1 month of silent treatment. Autumn, bless you. I bet that must have been like literally the shock of your life. 1 month of, isn't it funny? It probably was to the day, wasn't it? 1 month to the day of being contacted. Yes, right. So that was Black Swan, my friends. That was that one. I just think that I don't think I'll be watching that film again, because I don't know. I just can't watch it. It's just so odd. Oh dear. Guys, are you enjoying the live so far? If you are, please press the like button. If you are new here, please press the like button. The thumbs up one. I'd be really grateful for it. Thank you. I'm still so annoyed with myself that I actually don't have the pictures. I had about 5 pictures. I thought it would have illustrated. I thought, let's just do something a little bit more entertaining. But obviously that didn't work out for me, did it? No. Just a bit irritated by it. Anyway, guys, next film. No, it's not funny, guys. It's not. It's really annoying that I actually cannot use technology the way it's supposed to be. This streaming thing is so good. I thought, yeah, do you know what? I know what I'm doing. Obviously, I don't. Oh, did you really, Guy Next Door? You switched off in the middle. Yeah, it was just such a weird one, wasn't it? I don't know. Couldn't finish the black. Yeah, it was very, I don't know, it was very intense. Autumn, I was totally shocked. I haven't replied. It was an online relationship. I never met him in person. Few, at least we've got that. According to him, we were going to get married. Wow, okay. And you didn't even meet in person? Goodness, okay. Well, that's the narcissist for you. Autumn, obviously I can't tell you what to do, but obviously just, try not to reply if you can. He's going to keep trying. This is just hoovering. He hasn't changed. He's still the same person. So be aware of that. Autumn, you are strong. You are amazing. The fact that you have gone no contact for a whole entire month. I know the first month is the hardest. It's going to get easier now. Okay, I promise you, my dear. It's going to get easier. Louise M. Yes, my children bonded with Narc X, who really did not mean much to him, as he said vile things on leaving about them. Wow. You see, they can do this. They can do this. They're so detached from who they are. It's just unreal. Just unreal. Not a red flag. No, delete. Yeah. Eric says, are you kidding me, Anushka? When I first showed up, you published, only there was videos a week. Since then, years later, you're my best friend and you hang out almost every week. Like, Eric, thank you. Bless you. Thank you. Yeah, I did. I only did 3 videos a week. And wasn't it just 1 a week before when I first started? I think it was 1 a week and then 3 videos a week. And now every day, guys, I've got videos every day and shorts as well. I'm working hard, my friends. I really am. This is to help you guys. Eric Cunningham, thank you. Should I go no contact, swap gyms? If you can go no contact, do it. Eric Cunningham, do it. And in terms of gyms, okay, if you can stand it that she is at the gym and you can just, meaning if you can deal with it, stay there. Don't run off, just not run off, but don't leave just because she's there. But if it bothers you and you feel uncomfortable and you can't do your workouts and things, I know like doing your workouts is important. You know, you need to be in that mindset, then go. There's nothing stopping you, then just go. Okay, and then then you'll never have to ever see her again. But just what I would say is definitely go no contact. Eric, don't even think about contacting her. I know it's hurtful. I know it's hurtful what she has done. But the thing is, if you're going to stay in contact or you're still going to be kind of around that, it's still going to drag you back into it. So protect yourself, put boundaries in place for sure. Definitely do that. P48, I don't think I'll ever be able to trust again. It sucks. P48, don't say that. Of course you're going to be able to trust. You will be able to trust the right person. When you connect back to yourself and you learn to trust yourself first, you'll trust that you'll never make the wrong decision. I promise you. Don't say that you'll never be able to trust again, because remember, your ears are always listening. And you're going to bring this into your reality. So don't say things like that, okay? Oh, thank you, Yang. Thank you. I appreciate that. Eric says, got to manage that cortisol. If she raises the cortisol, then the body is jammed up and you need to change gyms. That's also very true, Eric. Yes. You got to look after you. You're right. Eric, you've got to look after yourself. I'm sorry if I've said that wrong. I feel stupid. Had 2 online relationships in half a year after the next relationship, but they also manipulated me. But I really thought that they were better for a season. It helped me trust. Yeah, you know what? You got to put boundaries in place. Don't let people take advantage. This is the thing. You got to look after you, because who's going to do it for you? No one's going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. If something doesn't feel right, you know what? You just stop and think and recalibrate. Think about how it makes you feel inside. You don't have to do something that you don't want to do. Okay? So you've got to look after you. No one will do it for you. Unfortunately, no one will be able to do it for you. You've got to stick up for you. Put boundaries in place. Don't let anyone take the mick. Honestly. But God took care of me and I have new friends now. Yes. Not good old friends back. But hey, you know what? You've got new friends. You've got new people that respect you. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, 6 more likes to 90. Guys, please press the like button. Please do so. Jessica says, it's more that we need to learn to take time and let people show us they are trustworthy. Yes, to be in a relationship, yes, we have to slow way down. And if we don't like it, it's a red flag. Yes. You're welcome. Martissimile. Did I say that right? Please tell me. I feel horrible if I say things wrong. But Jessica, you are absolutely right. We have to slow things down, take our time, really check in with ourselves. Does this person, are they genuine? How do they make us feel? These are the things that you need to be, really noticing. You got to trust you. Come on, guys, you've got to start trusting yourselves. Believe in yourselves. You've only got you and only you for the rest of your life. You came onto this earth with you and just you, and you're with on this life, on this journey called life, and you're going to leave just you. So you have got to be your best friend. You know, these people come in and out of our lives, okay, and they're on this journey with us at this short period of time. No, sometimes people don't stay with us forever, and that's okay. And people come in at different time points of your life, okay? But what your responsibility is to let the right people in. You're not just going to let any old person in, you know, to use and abuse and to take advantage. This is where you got to trust yourself first. You got to be your own best friend. You've got to love you first. Okay, you can't be loving someone else. You got to love you first. You got to show people how you want to be treated. Don't let anyone take advantage. And if it doesn't feel right, go. There's going to be more friends, more people that you will meet. Okay? Jen Visula SMR, is there a difference with ignoring versus blocking? Blocking, what that means is it's final, that person cannot get in contact with you at all because you've blocked all means of communication. Whereas ignoring, those methods of that person being able to get in contact with you are still there, but it just means that you're not engaging in communication with that person. If you can ignore them, amazing. You know, like, it doesn't matter whichever one, as long as whichever works better for you, as long as you feel safe, as long as you feel good. If it's blocking that helps you, then do it. Then absolutely do it. And if you want to ignore them as well. You can do both. Both is better. But if you want to ignore them, then you can ignore them. It's whatever works for you and whatever, you know, puts you in your power. That's also very true. The guy next door, ignoring leaves the channel open. That's true. Yes, it increases chances of them hoovering you. But if you ignore it, it's just what works better for you. Because I know that not all of us can go no contact, because it's hard to call the finality. I know it's the best way of us to be able to protect ourselves, you know, and obviously for us to move forward. But you know what? It really just depends, you know, what works for you. How it can, you know, what puts you in your own power. That's ultimately what I'm trying to say. Groovy Movie 84, you're speaking in my mind. I'm in a transition period where I only trust family, and moving back to my hometown to be close to them, and close friends I still have like night and day from the others. Yeah, exactly. So you feel safe there in your hometown. And if that's where you feel safe, definitely, I think, yes, you need to look after yourself. You are number one. Okay, so guys, shall we talk about Gone Girl? What a great movie. I actually really enjoyed this movie. Felt sorry for Ben Affleck. Like, she was, you know, she was nuts. Sorry, I shouldn't really say that, should I? Amy Dunn is Gone Girl. So this was a movie about a girl who rose to fame because her parents had written her a story or a book to show her, because she was an only child. It was very much to kind of prove to her that she was this child of perfection, this amazing child. So she was very much the portrayal of the golden child, and her parents really praised her. And you see, these are the two dynamics of what creates narcissism. You've got on the one hand exactly that lovely girl, the Amy Dunn, who has everything. Parents are very wealthy. She doesn't have need for anything. Grew up in elite society. Famous, very famous. Parents worshipped her, so whatever she wanted would happen. Versus, you know, a narcissist that grows up in poverty, doesn't have money, grows up in a lot of violence, not really seen, very much the ignored child. What else? that they constantly are having to fight for their parents' approval and attention. So these are two opposite ends of the scale, yet it produces the same type of person. And this ultimately is all about the dysfunctional ego. This is about the person that is wanting the validation outwardly. And this is what it creates, whether you've got the wealthy parents that are worshipping their child, or you've got the family where they're in poverty and they don't have any money, but this person grows up in violence and not having the praise or the validation from their parents, produces the same result, a narcissist. And so indeed, Amy Dunn, she is, I would say she's more of a sociopath, because of her fame, I think she wants more praise and more attention. She's very manipulative, very intelligent, very, very intelligent. Listen, I know, we got to hand it to her. Like, she is really intelligent. She's charming. She's beautiful. She's self-centered, but she's very deceitful. This is what she does. And what she does in the film as well, she disappears on her husband, doesn't she? She disappears on Ben Affleck, and the movie is very much of him trying to find her. But meanwhile, Amy is out there with a completely different identity, living a completely different life. Doesn't she cut her hair? I don't know, guys, in the movie, does she not cut her hair and dye it, and then she puts contacts in so she looks completely different? So this is another portrayal of how narcissists change their identity to match their environment, to match the people around it, to kind of fit in. The guy next door says, sociopaths tend to be a lot more cunning and fearless than narcs. Yeah, they are. I agree. They are, definitely. Imagine a narcissistic cowgirl's going banana in the Wild West. That's a good one. She also does have psychopathic traits, Brett. Yeah, she does. Yeah, they do. P48, they change into their new character. So Amy is very self-centered, determined to dominate, and requires attention from others. So we see right at the beginning, it's all about getting that praise, that attention. And I had this great picture of how she's walking in front of her husband, to show like, yeah, I'm so magnificent, I'm so amazing, give me all the praise, I'm the best, and he would always walk in her shadow. So it was always about her. And they had this beautiful life, the beautiful cars, the house, the fake friends, the lot. They had like the perfect life until Amy disappears. And so she's gone. And that's what the movie is about. It's about her husband trying to find her. But again, my friends, I think it also shows the multifaceted, or the multi-personalities that Amy has. She is able, not only does she change herself visually, but she's also able to change herself psychologically, mentally, into another person. So this is about having like split personality disorder, which I would say more sociopaths, psychopaths have. I'm not saying narcissists don't, because they do, but I think it's more prevalent within the antisocial, the psychopaths and sociopaths. They mainly do this. I think this is a really prevalent trait, but also in narcissism as well. Remember, all three of them are very closely linked. There is a few discrepancies, very few, and it's all to do with empathy. So she has many identities and switches between many of them as well. Have you guys ever witnessed this in your situation? I know that I have also witnessed this as well, in terms of like when I was at work. Yeah, it's literally just like that. They're able to do it, within like what I was saying earlier, like 1 minute they're this, then there can be another. And you can just sit there and watch, and you can just see how it all just turns out. Yeah, P48. Yeah, it's very scary, isn't it? You see, I think where it becomes pathological. Listen, we can all change the way that we are. We can all also do that, but not to that level. I mean, we're talking about something into a pathological level here. And it's how they change their whole entire being. They could be crying one moment and then laughing the next. You see, because they're unable to regulate their emotions. And that's ultimately what it is. It's about narcissists not being able to self-soothe or regulate their emotions. When you can't do that, you're literally like a pendulum, like a yo-yo. You're all over the place. And this is the instability of their mood. This is the instability of their mental health. Like, you can see it. And I think what makes this movie even more prevalent is, we see this Amy Dunn as this successful young woman, okay, who has it all. Very intelligent, she's wealthy, she's got the house, she's got the car, she's got the marriage, she's got the parents, no children. And you think to yourself, how can you be like this? Like, how can you be like this? No worries, Louise. Thank you for joining. Eric says, I used to be in sales. It would make me sick to my stomach. Hyper masculine environment. Like I said, it made me sick. Yeah. It's all about the hard sell. So it's how this person can switch from one person to another. And I feel like it actually can be scary sometimes. I remember many times when I used to work at the low secure mental health hospital, and we had a lot of people who, again, obviously had personality disorders, and they were from a forensic background. Obviously, there was court orders and everything in place. And yeah, for them, if they didn't want to take medication, or they didn't want to do something, you could see them switch into rage. That was scary. That was, for 1 minute they're your best friend, and then the next they're ready to kill. Honestly, it was that bad. It was from one extreme to another. There's no in between. There's no gray. It's either black or white. There's no gray. And so this is what I'm saying, their inability to be able to manage their mood. That's what it's about, their inability to self-soothe. So if you say something to the narcissist and they don't like it, well, all hell will break loose. And it's because they can't regulate. They can't self-regulate. They don't want to. And so in the film, we see Amy, that she's very hollow inside. When she, for example, when she shares that cabin, I can't remember it exactly. Does she share? I think she shares an apartment. I think she shares an apartment with someone, and then she ends up killing this girl, doesn't she? Well, there is a couple. That's it. There's a couple. It's in a trailer park or something like that, and this couple arrives, and I think, doesn't she do something to the couple? I'm not 100% sure, but you can see her hollowness. She's very detached emotionally from other people around her. Sorry. Yeah, she's very detached from people around her. You can see how she just was ready to kill. And she does. In the end, she actually does. And And she just has no empathy. She doesn't have any feelings. Like, I mean, she watches the news when it's being updated about her, you know, on the TV, on the news. They're saying that she's missing, please contact. You know, her parents are crying. But she don't care. She's just like, I don't care. Sorry, the chat keeps going up and down, and I'm like, completely lost now. Oh, please don't do this. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I've done. This is just not my night, is it? Technology-wise. Anyway. I'll see if I can read the chat. I don't know. It's like something's happened. I don't know what has happened. I got it back. Sorry. I got it back. So yes, so this hollowness, this emptiness that she displays, that most narcissists do, you can feel that they don't feel, because they just, you know, it's just, they're so devoid, they're so detached from who they really are. And you can see and you can feel that there is no emotion. There's this within these, it manifests, her hollowness manifests as this instability. She's constantly trying to get, yes, thank you, Janet. It is that what it is? It's the Mercury retrograde. Yeah, that probably is right on the money for sure. Definitely. Thank you so much, Guy Next Door. Bless you. Thank you so much. I saw it too with an elderly boss I had. She could snap, be sweet to someone else in front of me and continue where she left off with the other person was gone. I nearly called The Exorcist. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, seriously. That's what they do. They're like, they literally flip from one person to another. It's because of this emptiness. They're not, again, I know I talk about it all the time, this like disconnection and everything, but honestly, like, it's just another level. It is just an absolute other level, you know? And because of this hollow inside that they have, this is where it becomes, this is where the instability manifests. Thank you, Eric. Red, I'm talking about Gone Girl. That's what I'm talking about. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen Gone Girl? I hope you have, because then I'm talking about something we don't know. Yeah, P48, that's the one. Black eyes, head spinning in circles. Yeah. That's from The Exorcist, isn't it? I can't watch that film. Do you know what? I think I watched that film twice and I couldn't watch it. There was another one. What is it called? The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I watched it once. There is no way I'm going to watch that ever again. Have you guys seen that film? The Exorcism of Emily Rose. That's on another level. Oh, you've seen it, yeah. Brett says, I had a woman executive I was close friends with for years and now she acts like I don't exist. Yeah, typical. Yes. Groovy movies, you're right. The scene where Amy kills her ex-boyfriend is so bad. It's true. Yeah, Janet, I can't watch them anymore. I can't watch those horror movies. It's too much. I do like my horrors. I've got to say, I do like horror movies. I do enjoy watching them. I like the Conjuring series. I think those are my favourite horrors. Anyway, yes. Salem's Lot. I haven't watched that. Is that a Stephen King? P48. Stephen King. Is that? Yeah. It's Salem's Lot. I think it's a Stephen King's. I also like Stephen King movies. They're really good. Eric says, I'm thinking I haven't seen any of the films we're talking about today. I do, however, want to see Wes Anderson's new feature. Eric, Okay, watch Gone Girl. Do me a favor and watch Gone Girl. I'll let you off from Black Swan because that is a weird movie. But do watch Gone Girl. It's a good one. Louise says, I don't do horrors. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, the horrors are another level. I know. I know. I don't know what it is about them. I've always actually enjoyed watching them. I think it's the ghosty kind of thingy. I think that's what intrigues me. Yes. So, that was Gone Girl. That was Gone Girl. Really good film. Again, it's just, I just think it's like the way she is stone cold. She's able to kill people. She's like, looks this squeaky clean. And this is the thing, you know, I think this is where a lot of us kind of trip up. You know, we look at these people, like these narcissists, and they're, you know, they're really good looking, they're charming. It's not someone that you would have expected. You would never have expected someone like Amy Dunn to kill someone. Like, you wouldn't, would you? It's like she's, you know, this ultra, you know, wealthy, beautiful, successful woman, married, runs off. You know, like you couldn't write this stuff, could you? She runs off and then she like kills people. She like batters that couple. I think they were a younger couple and they were like the trailer people. And she like literally batters them. Because I think they tried to steal her money or something like that. It was. They wanted to buy drugs with it. Can't remember exactly. But you're like, oh my God, seriously? Her? And I think that's where it trips a lot of us up. We look at this person and we think, well, you don't really look like a narcissist. But then again, who actually looks like a narcissist? You know, and I think that's where it's hard because it's not just looking at the person. It's very much about their behavior, how they behave, how they come across, how they make you feel. And that's where it's really important for you guys to be connected to yourself to understand, you know, energetically what's going on here. Because obviously we're feeling the transference from this person. They're obviously not making us feel good. You know, that's what I'm talking about. And you're right, Malcolm, anyone can be a murderer. But I think a lot of us here probably would never even think of that. Like, you wouldn't kill, would you? I wouldn't. You wouldn't. Louise says, gaslighting with Ingrid Bergman, that's my kind of movie. There's a film, yes, there's a film called Gaslighting. I don't think I've actually seen it. Groovy Movies 84, Halloween 1917. No, 1978 has always been my favourite. Yes, the Halloween series. I've got to say, every Halloween I do watch them. I do like the Michael Myers. They were really, really good. Yes, that is also one of my favourites. Definitely. And The Conjuring, they haven't done one for a really, really long time. The recent one that they did a couple of years ago, that was spot on. That was so good. And then the first one was the Annabelle doll. That was a really good one as well. Really, really good. Brilliant movies. Okay, guys. So the last movie that I really wanted to talk about was, of course, The Talented Mr. Ripley. Please tell me you guys have seen that film, The Talented Mr. Ripley. Again, one of my favorites. I probably, you know, the first time I watched that, I was very young when I saw that film. It's quite an old one. I think it was like 1997, 98, 2000. It's kind of like that kind of era. Late 90s, early 2000s, which features Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh, what's his name? It was Dickie Greenleaf and Tom Ripley, who is played by Matt Damon and, oh God, what's the other one, guys? That English actor, I forgot his name. Oh, this is so embarrassing. See, I had this all on my piece of paper and I've left it downstairs. I forgot his name. Yes, Matt Damon. What about the guy's name? The other guy. So it's Gwyneth Paltrow, Matt Damon, and who's the other one again? I forgot his name. Jude Law. Thank you very much. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Thank God I've got you guys like who are paying attention. So guys, have you seen that film? So Malcolm and Molly have never seen it. No, not Hugh Grant. Guy next door. No, we're not having a Hugh Grant in this film. No. So this film is set in the opulent 1950s in Italy. And no, not Clive Owen, Malcolm, not Clive. We don't have Hugh Grant or Clive Owen in that one. Yes, you've seen it, Louise. Amazing. So yes, so brilliant film. It was again rich kids, in the 1950s, and Tom Ripley works for Dickie Greenleaf's father, and the father sends Tom Ripley to go and look for Dickie Greenleaf, because the guy is literally having the time of his life, in Italy with Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow, again, beautiful lady, quite an empathetic person. And she's with Dickie Greenleaf, who indeed I would say is very much, a narcissist. Because he loves it, doesn't he? He loves all the attention. He's very entitled. Anyway, so Tom Ripley does actually catch up with Dickie Greenleaf, but doesn't actually say why he is there at first. So 3 more likes to 100, guys. Thank you so much for liking this live. Please, just 3 more likes, 3 more people. Just please like the live. 3 more people. Thank you so much. Guy Next Door, haven't seen it. For those of you who haven't seen this movie, I would say go and watch it. It's not like it's not a dark, twisted horror, like the Black Swan. Gone Girl really isn't either. But yeah, if you're going to watch a movie about narcissists, which is a little bit more tamer, but has got kind of like the mystery in it, I would say Gone Girl and The Talented Mr. Ripley, for sure, definitely. Okay, so he does catch up with Dickie Greenleaf. He does find him. Tom Ripley, indeed, I would say he is a absolute psychopath. It really, really is. But I mean, let's look at his character. Let's look at him for the moment. Good looking guy. Again, when you look at him, you think, oh, I wouldn't say he's charming. I would say he's likable, very presentable as well, dresses well, he's got money, he's sent on this trip to look for Dickie, and he's quite covert. That's what I would say. He's quite covert. You never actually see him, and this is another thing I thought was very strange. You never see him flirting or with another female. So does that mean that he is quite asexual? He's not interested in women. However, he is quite interested in Dickie Greenleaf, isn't he? Although there is nothing that actually takes place between the two of them, he is quite interested in him, isn't he? But for different reasons, of course, as we find out later. Brian Mask says that It movie is based about narcissism. Yeah, that's another one. The Guy Next Door, go and watch the movie. Go and watch it. I think you would like it. It's a really cool movie. How about Primal Fear? Would you class that as a psychopath? Yes. Red, you are, yes. God, I haven't seen Primal Fear for a really, really long time, but I do remember that was some weird movie, definitely. Malcolm, is she still married to Coldplay? Oh my God, no, not at all. They'd split up like 10 years ago. Didn't they? What was it? They coined the term unconscious coupling. No, she's not married to him anymore. I think, wasn't he dating Madonna for a little bit as well? I'm not sure. Please don't. I don't keep up with the celebrities, but no, I think Coldplay is married to someone else now. And actually, so is Gwyneth Paltrow. She has her own like brand called Goop as well. So I think she's married to someone who's not a celebrity or anything like that. They're just, The Guy Next Door, the Netflix series of Dirty John, yes, of a malignant. Yeah, that was a really good portrayal, the Dirty John on Netflix. Mish 77. I've not seen the Plain Soleil from René Clement. I haven't seen that film. Sorry, I couldn't. I don't know. Eric says more homework. I can do that. 2 movies over the weekend assigned. Cool. Yeah, please, Eric, do watch Gone Girl and Talented Mr. Ripley. Would Tom Cruise be considered a narcissist? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Tom Cruise is a narcissist? I'm going to hand this back over to the chat. Let me know what you think. Press yes or no, or type yes or no. That's a good question. Groovy Movie 84. I'm curious what songs you think are narcissistic. I don't know. You're asking me to do this at the top of my head. I don't know. And I've forgotten pieces of paper. I will. Do you know what? I'll do a live on it. I'll do a live on narcissistic songs for sure. How about that? Groovy Movies 84. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Tom Cruise is a narcissist? Please type your answers in the chat. I'd love to know what you guys think. Yeah, he is scary. That's a good point, P48. I think most successful actors are either narcs or some type of cluster B. Yes. Red, Kevin Spacey, another one. Another one. What do you guys think? Tom Cruise, is he a narcissist? Yes or no? Red says most definitely. Oh, did he, Janet? They did a thing on him and he is. Oh, really? No, we're not. Don't worry. Yeah, it's all right. Louise says, Scientology stuff makes Tom not likable. Yes, a narc. Yeah. Alec Baldwin. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, there's mixed views there, but I think most of you do think that he is. Okay, so going back to the talented Mr. Ripley, guys, talented Mr. Ripley. So I just wanted to show you guys like how these people are, yeah, like basically shown. You know, we can never normally tell. We can never easily tell because like these people are so well presented, well dressed, they look good, speak good, smell good, act good. Like we can't tell. I mean, look at literally Tom Ripley, the character of Tom Ripley. You know, he takes a real shining to Dickie Greenleaf, and Dickie Greenleaf obviously really likes him as well. So Dickie Greenleaf is a narcissist. This is a relationship between a narcissist and a psychopath, how the two of them are able to have this love-hate relationship. And it is very odd, isn't it? It's a very odd one between the two of them. Oh my goodness, guys, you are so funny. I'm just reading the chat. So Trump, Taylor Swift, P. Diddy, Quincy Jones, Oprah, Gail. Yeah. I agree with all of you. Any more celebrities that you guys feel are narcissistic? This is really good, like a good discussion. This will help us to kind of understand and see those types of behaviors. Thank you so much, Malcolm. Thank you for letting me know. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, Louise, I second that. All of you have to see the movie, The Talented Mr. Ripley. I'm going to watch it over the weekends, definitely. Again, I don't think I've watched that movie for like, I think last year when I was in Greece, actually. That's when I watched it. Yeah, but this was like literally a representation of a friendship between, if you can call it that, a friendship between a psychopath and a narcissist. And it's like how one adores the other. And in the end, what happens? One of them gets killed, because the thing is, the two of them cannot survive in the same vicinity of each other, can they? Look, Tom, the psychopath, kills the narcissist because the psychopath doesn't care. They have no remorse. They don't care. Whereas the narcissist will be a little bit more, I don't know what the word is. They're not as cold and hard like the psychopath. The psychopath is full on. The narcissist has got those traits as well, but is not as much as. And so the narcissist gets killed. The psychopath wins. And then what the psychopath does is take on the identity of the narcissist, of Dickie Greenleaf. And then he does actually get caught. But again, we see in this movie how intelligent Tom Ripley actually is. He manages to fool so many people. And that's the thing, my friends. You know, all of you are like, oh, how come I didn't see it? How come I didn't know I was with a narcissist? Look, the thing is, and it's even portrayed in the movies, how can you know? You don't know. These people are so intelligent. Look at Amy Dunn in Gone Girl. Look at her. Like, I mean, seriously, would you ever think that she was a narcissist or a sociopath? No. But look how she manages to get away with everything. You see, the thing is, these people have no filters. They will kill. They will kill. They don't care. They can be the nicest, sweetest, you know, all of this, they don't care. And for them, that doesn't matter. It's because they are cold. They're hollow. They're empty. They don't have no inner being. For them, it doesn't matter how it makes you feel. Look in the film, Gone Girl. Amy didn't care how it made her husband feel. That's your husband? Isn't that the guy that you're supposed to love? Isn't that the person that you're supposed to, love and cherish? She didn't care. She was like, whatever, I'm doing this. I'm going on this escapade. I don't care how it makes him feel. You know, and looking at the talented Mr. Ripley. For example, Dickie Greenleaf was supposed to be getting married to his girlfriend. You know, they were holidaying in Italy for like a month. You know, and then I think when they got back to the States, they were supposed to get married. Oh, I love that. Louise Elliott, you're right. They hide in plain sight. They actually do. Yes. You are absolutely right. That's it. But you just got to be vigilant enough to be able to spot these types of individuals. I mean, looking at them, they look so presentable, so charming, so seductive, so beautiful, so pretty, so good looking. But look at them. Seriously, look at what they are capable of. You know, even, what was it? Dickie Greenleaf's friend. He comes over and he says, no, I don't like this Tom. I don't like him. There's something about him. And in the end, Tom kills his friend. I forgot his name. It was like the kind of the bigger fella, you know, who drive that like nice car. I think it was a Porsche or something like that. And he turns up outside of the house, and there was just this dislike between Tom Ripley and the friend. And in the end, Tom literally just kills the friend and Dickie Greenleaf. And you see, when Tom, the psychopath, was being cornered because his friend was saying, well, where's Dickie? I can't see him. I don't know. Every time, you know, we come to you, you say he's here, but we never see him. And you see, he was being cornered. So they don't like to be caught. They don't like to have to take responsibility. All, you know, Tom Ripley ever did was just run from one place to the next, to the next, to the next, didn't he? He never wanted to be caught. I mean, obviously, in the end, he is. But this is what I'm saying. When you expose a narcissist, when you expose a psychopath or a sociopath, they don't want to take responsibility. They want to answer to you. You know, you're looking for closure. You're wanting answers. They're not going to give you that. I mean, look at Tom Ripley. Nothing. He just kept running from one end to another. Amy Dunn in Gone Girl. Did you ever get any answers? No. No one does. They just keep absconding all the time just to stop being caught or stop having to give answers or explanations. Because then if you do, you're going to have to take responsibility, and they're not going to. Red, that's a very good point. The Cain and Abel syndrome. Yes. It's loving, loyal, and the other one was a murderer. Yeah, Cain and Abel. Dodd, Ben, Abbott. Yeah, you're right. These are really good points, guys. Like, I mean, like the stuff that you're saying is so on point. Yeah, Cain and Abel syndrome. And this is it. Any other celebrities, guys, that you think are narcissistic, please put it in the chat. Because I'm kind of like talking and reading what you're writing. So we're really like getting a view in how psychopathy actually turns up in everyday life, how we can see it. And I think looking at all of these behaviors of these people and the way that they have behaved in these movies, this gives us a real understanding of how it is portrayed or how it shows up in everyday life. I think, that most of these movies, I mean, I've only mentioned 3. I know that there are so many other, there's so many other movies that portray narcissism. Some are more obvious than others, of course. There was another one that I really liked and I wanted to talk about was What Lies Beneath. This is another one where he kills the woman that he has an affair with, and he drowns her in the lake outside of their house. But then he wanted to kill his current wife and drown her as well. And the only reason why the current wife knew anything about it, because it's got a bit of a supernatural twist to it, is because the girlfriend came back as a spirit and was trying to communicate with Michelle Pfeiffer, who is the current wife, and try to kind of show her that your husband isn't who you think he is. And there's been a few movies where, the husband is very narcissistic. There was another one, Sleeping with the Enemy, as well. I know these are quite old movies, but they're great because they were really portraying these kind of toxic relationships that exist. I mean, obviously back then, things weren't talked about so much then, like in terms of narcissism. It's only because of obviously the likes of like things like YouTube and certain blogs that have actually been talking about narcissism and been getting the information out there. But through the movies we were able to see, this is what happens in certain relationships. These are all very toxic. These are all very prevalent within like relationships and our society, that sort of thing. Sorry, I've jogged it. And it helps us to kind of realize that actually, do you know what, when you look at these examples of these films, these behaviors, you are able to see that actually, you know what, these people are problematic, and this is how it shows up in everyday life. And it gives us an understanding. There was another movie that was very, very odd. It was called Poison Ivy, another really old one. It had Drew Barrymore in it. I don't know if anyone of you saw it. It's a really, really old movie. I think it's like a 90s movie. I think it's like a 90s movie. And I think a lot of that was portrayed in the 90s. Obviously now as we come up, there's more and more of it. But it shows us how Misery, yes, groovy movies, 84. Misery is another one. The Stephen King's ones are great. Like they always show it. The Biggest Danger of Us All, yeah. Steven Seagal, I have a strong narcissistic feeling about. Maybe he is, yeah, maybe. Have you seen it, Malcolm? Yeah, okay, yeah. Gone with the Wind, I don't give a damn. I remember Poison Ivy. Do you? P48 and Malcolm? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That film was just on another level. God, it was so weird. But it was the girl, wasn't it? Drew Barrymore was the narcissistic girl. Very seductive, very beautiful. So for those of you that haven't seen this film, basically, there were the two... One of the girls, I forgot her name. She's quite a famous actress, but I can't remember. Oh, and the guy next door, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so she She was very privileged. Her father, they all lived in Hollywood. Their father was multi-millionaire, went to a really expensive school. And she met, her name was Ivy. And she met Ivy at the school, at the high school. And I don't know how she managed to get in. I think it was like a scholarship or something like that. And she befriended this girl. And again, you can see how empathetic she is, how quite easily swayed she was. You know, she didn't have boundaries, and anything she wanted, like, she would give to Ivy. Ivy wanted something, or they would go. Do you remember they went to downtown Hollywood? I think they went shopping, and she ended up picking up the tab, and Ivy had all of this, you know, all of these. Yeah, Drew Barrymore's the narcissist in real life. Oh, really? Is she? Goodness. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. And so, and in the end, basically, this is the weird part of it. She ends up sleeping with her friend's father because the mother, oh my God, the mother was dying of cancer. And I think in the end, she commits suicide and throws herself out of the window of the house. Because I think the mother finds out or something like that. It was just on another level. I remember watching that film. I was so young thinking, oh my God, this is so intense. But yes, but again, so Drew Barrymore, who played Ivy, again, really beautiful, you know, very seductive female. Yeah, you remember Midnight Blue. Oh, you remember the movie. Okay, yeah. I was really young when I saw that film as well. Um, but again, you know, like, it shows how manipulative, how they gaslight, how she got into that family and managed to destroy it completely. You know, and that's what they do. They destroy things from the inside out. They have no care. They don't care. Look at, like, Amy Dunn in Gone Girl. She didn't care what her husband was thinking and what her parents were thinking. She just left because she wanted attention. She wanted media coverage. But meanwhile, she's gone on the killing spree. The talented Mr. Ripley, he didn't care that he was going to take on Dickie Greenleaf's identity. He wanted to be him. He actually wanted to be him. So he was love bombing him. You know, he wanted his identity, being carefree, not worrying about anything. He wanted to be Dickie Greenleaf. And that's the thing. They destroy from the inside out. You don't realize at first, because you don't see it. You don't realize, you don't think someone like this would ever exist. It's like what I always say. You see it in the movies, but you never think that it will really happen. But the movies are based on life sometimes, I guess. Sometimes they are. You never think that this would happen, but it does. And look, this is the situations that we are met in. They are indeed very destructive individuals, and they will stop at nothing. You're right, Midnight Blue. They will stop at nothing to get what they want. And as you can see in all of these films, all of the narcissists, all of the psychopaths, all of the sociopaths, beautifully presented, charming, wonderful, beautiful people. But inside, they are hollow. They are empty. There's nothing there. And they don't care. Believe me, they don't care about you, about me or you. They just get what they want. And that is the sad thing about it. We don't notice straight away. It's only over time, when things happen, do we realize that, hold on a minute, something is not right here. Something is a little bit off. It's not okay. And if you ever question yourself and you think, well, you know what? Why didn't I see? Why didn't I notice that this was happening to me? How could you? You didn't know that this existed. You didn't know that this was a thing. And I think that you have to celebrate yourself and congratulate yourself, the fact that you are not in this dynamic anymore. It's very hard to leave these dynamics. Look at in these films, for most of them, it resulted in death. They ended up being killed, or, you know, something was destroyed. Yes, of course, there's a lot that has been taken away and a lot that has been destroyed for us, but ultimately what you have to remember is that you have got past this. You are not in this dynamic anymore, and what you have to do, your main objective right now, is to heal and to move forward from this. Sorry, I jogged it. Red says, I'm so grateful I was educated years ago about narcissism. I pay attention to how I feel now around people. The body talks. You just have to listen. Very true. Very, very true. Anonymous says, a most unbelievable thing about narcissists is how they stalk you 24/7, even cyber stalking. Yeah, this is a real thing. This is a thing. How they do stalk, how they have these very odd and very strange behaviors. They need to know what you are doing. They need to know. They need to have like tabs on you all the time. So it is a real thing. Cyber stalking. You know, if that is something that you are going through, I don't know where you are in the world, but I know in the UK they do have a whole section. The police have a whole section on cyber stalking, and if this is something that you are going through, I would, and if you are in the UK and maybe in the US as well, that you can actually get help for this. I know that this is a real thing. Red says, I was so naive, and although I'm kind, I'm very protective of my kindness now. That's it. Trust your gut and your instinct. Thank you, Louise. You're absolutely right. This is true. You know, you've got to look about how this person makes you feel, or how they have made you feel, because ultimately you've got to trust your own intuition and your own gut, because that is the only thing that is going to help you and help you to move forward and help you to identify what this person is like. I mean, like I said, looking at them, they're all very charming, very beautiful, very seductive, very good looking, and you're thinking, yeah, do you know what, you look nice. You know, it's all of their, you know, all of their masculinity, of their femininity. You're thinking, yeah, they look good. But what's beneath all of that? This is what I mean. This is what is underneath all of it. This empty hollowness that doesn't exist, and it's all an act. For a lot of us, we were all blindsided by this act, in fact. Sorry, that wasn't meant to rhyme. Sorry about that. Yes, we were all blindsided and we didn't see it for what it was. And but now we do. And now we can move forward. And now we realize we have to connect back to ourselves. Why do they do that, Janet asks? Well, because they want you to fall for them. They want you to give them attention and validation. They want this from you. You know, like, for example, looking at the film The Talented Mr. Ripley. So Tom Ripley wanted Dickie Greenleaf's attention to the point that he took it away from his fiancée, the woman who, Gwyneth Paltrow, the woman who he's supposed to get married to. He basically took Dickie away from her. And even the friend, you know, he wanted Dickie all to himself. And I'm sure in your circumstances with the narcissist did the same. They isolated you, okay, away from your family, away from your friends, so that they can only have you, just you. They just wanted your attention. They do it because they want you to worship them, so to speak, to give them supply, to give them attention, to give them validation. That's right, Malcolm. They do crave attention. That's why they do it. That's what they are wanting from you. They just want you to give it 24/7. It's impossible. How can you? You can't. But it's this attention. And if we take it back to childhood, it's because they never got it. They never got this in childhood. So when you are missing something, when you don't have something, okay, and this doesn't get met, these needs and these desires do not get met throughout adulthood, this is then exasperated in adulthood, because it doesn't change. Just because you didn't get something when you were a child, this never got corrected. You never worked through this in therapy or anything like that. The parents never changed. And can you see, this is very much conditional love. So it's a condition. If you do this for me, I'll do this for you. And then when they go into adulthood, they do the same thing. It's the same thing. I will love bomb you. I'll fall in love with you. I'll show you what a soulmate is supposed to be like, but I'll take that away from you and you got to do it for me. That's how this relationship works. So it's based on conditions. You do this for me and I'll do nothing for you. Ultimately, it's always about the attention. It's always about the validation. It's always about what you can supply, what you can give. And if you fall short, you don't do what you're supposed to do, then you are punished. Aren't you? You are punished. Look at what happens in Black Swan. You know, Erica, the mother, literally punishes her daughter Nina, calls her all these horrible names, tells her she's a bad ballet dancer, she can't dance, she's not very good, tells her it's her fault that she didn't manage to get these roles because she fell pregnant with her. There's always a reason. There's always a reason, you know, why they're not as good as, or why they are. Thank you so much, Malcolm. Bless you. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is why they do it, because they want your attention. They want you to do this for them all the time. Eric says, if I have but 20, 30 years left to this life, stop saying things like that, because you don't know. You might have longer. I am glad to spend these hours in the effort. I was miserable for decades. Life has never been better, and it's easy to recognize it. To me, it is. I'm glad. I'm glad that you have found your happiness. I really am. This is good. Brian Mask says they need to reflect back to them. Their false self is real, not just praise. They are happy to see you fear them. Yeah, that's also very true. Mary just had a large brain tumor removed, 2 brain surgeries, 16 days ICU. Oh, you're amazing, Mary. Thank you for being here. Oh, wow. And I'm sorry that you've had to go through this. Oh, bless you. Sending you lots of love, Mary. Oh, my goodness. You've managed to battle that and you're still standing. Oh, bless you. Oh, round of applause. Thank you. Oh, that's so amazing. An intensive care unit. And you're here now. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for your wonderful advice. It is really important. Really, really important. One Escobar says, I have been without my narcissist for 11 months, no contact, and block his social media. The best thing once you are back at peace. Yes, absolutely. Sending you lots of love, Mary. Sending you lots and lots of love, Mary. So guys, we are heading towards the end of the live. I am so grateful to each and every one of you for being here. We have some absolute superstars among us. People who have battled so much and are still here. Let them be a shining example to all of us that actually, you know what, we matter. We are important. We can get through anything. Mary, you're just amazing. You really are. Amazing person. We can get through anything. You know, life throws at us these challenges. Can't fall. What are you going to do? You're going to sink or you're going to swim in life? You got to swim. Nobody has it easy. Nobody has it plain sailing. And even though we have these disastrous people in our lives, or we've had them, they remain in our past. Our future is in our hands. All we've got is now and our future. You know, we can carry on the discussion over on the Discord channel as well. So if you, on the Discord server rather, if you are interested in joining Discord of a community of like-minded individuals, I would say head on over there. The link is going to appear in the chat very soon, but if it doesn't, then it's also in the description box as well. We are going to be holding some talks on there as well, particularly around being able to get financially free. So this is something that we are quite passionate about. Well, Yang is, and yeah, he's going to be holding some talks on that as well. Louise, a meeting a narc, never go back. Take care. Yes, don't look back. That's it. You are welcome, Louise. Thank you, Mary. Narcs does not deserve closure. You are welcome, Kid Ross. Your videos really help to understand and cope. Thank you, Autumn. I'm glad that they do. Thank you, thank you. I will be back with another video tomorrow, although I don't know what the title is. I've completely forgotten. I was editing it earlier, but yes, it will be out tomorrow, usual time of 8 o'clock, and I will be back. Me and Yang will be back next Tuesday at the same time. Please check the community tab on more details and the topics as well. No doubt Yang will come up with another banger of a title or of a topic that we'll be talking about. Thank you so much, Martine. Simile, thank you. Sorry, I said the name wrong. Yes, do head on over onto Instagram. That's like, I'm kind of like, you can see what I get up to day to day. And be sure to check out the shorts. I've got new content coming, obviously daily uploads, new daily videos as well. And also, if you feel like making any donations, which I'll be, again, very grateful for, please see the PayPal link as well. Yeah, that's fine, Yang, if you want to take over next week of the live. Although I'm not sure they want to listen to you. Yes, do the live. Anyone who wants to have Yang on the live next week, press a yes or put a yes in the comments section. I would happily take over as the moderator, for sure, for sure. No, Eric, Alfie's not pleased. He is not pleased that I went away for all this time, for like 2-3 weeks. He's not happy with me. He didn't even want to come home with me on Sunday because he was at my parents'. And I was like, come on, Alfie, we're going home. And he was like, no, I'm going to bed. And it was only like 10 o'clock, I can't remember. Yeah, he was not coming home with me. He was not happy with me. Thank you so much, Midnight Blue. Anyone who wants Yang to take over the live next week, I'd love to see that. I will be the moderator. I would so happily do the moderation role. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I don't know who's going to do the live next week. It's either going to be me or Yang, but either way, thank you so much from both of us, and we will be seeing you guys next week. Bye. And hopefully there won't be any technical hitches, but I can't promise that because they're all